Wholesaling versus rehabbing. What's the difference, and depending on the deal you have, which one is a better exit strategy? So wholesaling or wholetailing is a term you should have all heard before, right? Wholesale, you want to buy something wholesale, you're buying it by the case and not by the bottle, right? So a wholesale price is always going to be a lower price. Now that typically is also assigning a contract, getting a deal under contract and then assigning it for a fee to, a handyman, contractor, what have you, and making that profit. Never having to close on the property, never having to fix it, and never having to go on the MLS. Wholesaling is also buying it, maybe just cleaning it, putting it right back on the MLS. Now rehabbing is HGTV, right? Flip this house, you fix it up, you add value, you update the kitchen, the bathroom, the flooring, paint, maybe it needs a new roof, AC, and then you put it back on the market for a higher price. That is rehabbing. So the pros and cons of each are wholesaling, you can make money with little to no money or credit. Never, a lot of times, even having to close on the property and you get right now money. So your revenue cycle is days or weeks instead of potentially months or as much as a year. Rehabbing, you have a longer revenue cycle. You need to take time to buy it, close, usually gets lending, fix it up, put it on the market, wait for the buyer, usually a retail buyer, to get their inspection and approval and their loan, and then it sells and you get your money 3 to 6 months on average later. Now, if you don't know a thing about repairs, costs, whether someone's doing a good job or not, whether bids are, this, that, and the other, or you don't have trustworthy contractors, I wouldn't get started in real estate by rehabbing. From my own experience, 15 years ago, that's what we did. We didn't know any different, and we lost money back then. So you've got to make sure you've got those experts in your corner on your team, or else wholesaling is where you want to start and kind of see what the people you sell, see the investors that you sell the houses to wholesale, see how they fix them up, what it looks like before you rehab. So obviously one can make a lot more money than the other, and I'll show you a couple of examples of that here. So here's an example of a wholesale deal. Desirable area, 1,800 square foot, 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom house. $215,000 was the purchase agreement price. We knew we were gonna have to put about $55,000 in repairs, mainly master bathroom, a lot of flooring. There's a weird addition in the back. So even though it had some things newer, there were some things that were kind of weird, which is one of the reasons why you'll see in a minute, we decided to wholesale this one. So now the ARV was really as $325 conservatively, always airing lower. It's another side tip, $325,000. However, this could have sold for $350, maybe even more, but we want our houses to sell fast, so we put $325 ARV. So that winds up with a net profit of $37,440 if we were to fix it. So $37,000, 3 to 6 months from now. Or we marketed it to other handyman contractors, investors that want to do the work, fix it up, and they probably were estimating that the house could sell for $350 or more. The wholesale fee that we wound up getting for that was $30,000. So we took the $215 and marked it up $30,000. So $245,000 is what the investor wound up paying for it. Now, would we rather make $30,000 in a couple of weeks, guaranteed, or do all the work and maybe make 37? Sure, we maybe could make more, but we also could maybe make less 3 to 6 months from now. So this is an example where when we got that offer, we couldn't say no. $30,000 today is worth far more than $30,000, $40,000 down the road. So here's an example of a property where we did decide to do the rehab. it didn't make sense to wholesale it because we really weren't getting the feedback from potential buyers. We weren't getting high enough offers, but we knew we had this property at the right price and we're gonna make a killing. So the purchase price on this 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom house in Hudson was on the water, Gulf, right on the Gulf of Mexico. We bought it for $165,000. The repairs to update it completely and add a 2nd bathroom, $55,000. The after repair value, again conservatively, is about $315,000. So we stand to make a net profit of just over $49,000. And this was a property that we actually have had to hold for a long time. We could have made even more than that. And the wholesale offers that we were getting were about that $175,000. So we would have make a guaranteed 10 or maybe 49 plus. Obviously, we chose to do the repairs, add the bathroom, and one thing I didn't mention before was not just the numbers, but also what is the demand for property. If you look at recent sold, do you see a lot of demand? If this is a house and all the numbers make sense, but it's in podunk, backwoods, and there's not a lot of people buying, there's not a lot of activity, well, I probably would just take the quick money versus the, going long, fixing it up and selling it. But this is waterfront property, which they're definitely not making any more of that. Gulf access at that price almost doesn't exist, and this would be fully renovated. So these houses in this neighborhood, they sell like that. Same with Tarpon Springs and other properties that we sell quickly. Going long, I have no concerns that we make a profit in those types of markets. So always pay attention to what's selling, what the activity is, days on market, and that also helps to make a decision, because $49,000 over, if it takes a year to sell it, well, that might just take the quick wholesale fee, right? So that's another example of a property that did make more sense to rehab instead of wholesale. For more information, click the link below. Thanks for watching.